Welcome to our video series for the complete guide to Next.js and Prepr. I'll be delving into the details to create a working Next.js website connected to Prepr using the demo content for an example car lease company. Here is a glimpse of what your final website could look like at the end of this video series. This is an example called Acme Lease. During the whole video series for the complete guide to Next.js and Prepr, I'll show you all sorts of goodies such as styling, adaptive content, A/B testing, and a preview bar. However, in this video being the first part, I'm going to show you how to get started with a brand new Next.js project. And just a second, before we get started, let's look at the prerequisites for this project. First of all, you need the latest version of Node installed. We also need a Prepr account, which you can get for free, of course. And when you create your account, you will be creating an environment. When you do that, choose to import the demo content. And as usual, all the instructions that we're dealing with in these videos, you can find in Prepr docs, along with all the code snippets, as well as a link to the GitHub repository. Okay, so let's get started. First of all, open a terminal and type this command to create a Next.js project. I'm calling mine the Next.js Complete Starter. I've selected to say yes to TypeScript, yes to Tailwind styling, yes to creating a source directory, and finally yes to the app router. And we'll see why a bit later. This will create our project. Next, I want to go to the root directory of my project. I'll do cd into that. And then finally, I want to run this project. So then I can do an npm run dev. Go to my local host, and there you have it, a working Next.js website out of the box. It's not my website yet, so let's make some changes in preparation for the rest of the series. Open up the project in your favorite code editor. In the terminal in my code editor, I will first install class names, and that's simply to make styling easier in my Next.js project. If you prefer using a different package, let us know in the comments or in the feedback. So in preparation for what's to come in the series, let's create a navigation bar. For the navigation bar, we will create some components. So I will simply create components folder in my source directory. And I'm creating 3 components, one for the button, one for the logo, and one for the nav bar. And as I mentioned before, all the source code is in Prepr docs. So I'm simply copying and pasting them into these components, and that's it. Okay, so your components are ready, and what we want to do is actually display the navigation bar in our website. So we do that by updating the layout file. This you can find in your app folder in the source directory. How to view the navigation bar. How are we going to do that? First of all, we need to update the page in the app folder. So we have a very simple page with a heading, my homepage. Surprising. So let's do that. Once that's done, you can go to the localhost and view your homepage. And there you have it, your very own navigation bar. We're almost there. We've created our homepage. But for our website, we'd like to have other pages. So, for example, if you enter a slug for electric lease, we'd like this in the later series to point to an actual page content item in Prepr called electric lease. So we'll show you how to do that. Let's do some preparation steps so that when we get to that point, it will be easy peasy. So I'm back in my code editor, and all we're doing is making use of Next.js app routing in order to be able to view any page that we want according to its slug. And the way we do that is by creating a dynamic slug folder. And in our case, we are moving our page, our little homepage that we created, we're moving that to the slug folder. So the page that I'm creating, I am interested in 2 main components or sections for the page. So I'm creating a page that displays these sections. So you'll see that in the code. So the page that I'm creating includes components for those 2 sections or 2 components. However, I haven't created them yet. So you'll see some compilation errors, of course. So in order to resolve those errors, simply create the components. And you'll see that for those components we're creating, we have fixed values because we're not yet connected to Prepr. We'll look at that in the next part of the series. So for the final step, go to your local host and you should be able to see your page with the new components that you added. Well done. That brings us to the end of part 1 of the series. In part 2, we will look at how to connect to Prepr and retrieve content from the CMS. For now, you can check all the instructions, as I mentioned before, and source code in Prepr docs.